Escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail. Sheriff Susan Hudson faced a grilling this afternoon over operations at the facility, accountability, and how that office is spending money.
And this comes as 4 of those escaped inmates are now at Angola. Here's a look at their new mugshots, with leaders telling us they have been placed in a secure area of the facility.
And this comes as a jail maintenance worker is being charged with helping them escape. He made his first court appearance just moments ago. He's charged with 10 counts of simple escape and 1 count of malfeasance. His bond just set at $100,000 for each count, meaning it's more than $1 million. WDSU is bringing you live team coverage on these developments. We start with Shay O'Connor and what the state's top prosecutor says about the maintenance workers' alleged involvement. Shay?
Travers, the Attorney General announced that arrest of 33-year-old Sterling Williams earlier this morning. Now, Williams actually just went before a judge here at criminal court through Zoom. That judge actually setting his bond at $100,000 per charge, which would equate to $1.1 million. Now, during that hearing, his attorney argued that Williams had been working with the sheriff's office for about 5 years and had never gotten into any trouble. Also, that he didn't have a criminal history. Now, Williams was arrested on charges including 10 counts of simple escape and malfeasance in office. In court documents, Williams admits that he turned off the water from outside of a pipe walk area at Cell 6 under the direction of Antoine Massey. That's one of the escapees. Now, in those new records, Williams claims that he was told that he would be, quote, shanked if he did not turn the water off. Now, apparently, Williams was also seen in surveillance video at the jail standing in the open, speaking with at least 2 of those escapees. We're also told that at no time did Williams notify authorities. Former Sheriff Marlon Gusman discusses those new findings and the bigger issues that contributed to all of this happening. Take a listen.
That's one part of the breakdown. There were a series of things that had to happen. Just turning the water off is one part, but not doing roll call, not having someone on the unit, not doing regular checks. Those are other things that are really troubling.
Now, according to the AG's office, we're told that Williams will be sent to another facility here in the state to do his time. I have much more on this at 5 and 6, reporting live from criminal court. Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.